Hi boys and girls, so I'm doing lesson 7-1, using mental math to divide. So we're going to be going into division this week. We're going to use strategies and algorithms, including the standard algorithm to divide up to a 4-digit dividend by a 1-digit divisor. Okay, so let's read our problem. It says, Jose has 270 hockey cards to arrange in 9 boxes. Each box is to hold the same number of cards. How many cards should he place in each box? So I'm going to do my cubes like I always do. I'm going to circle my important numbers. So 270. I can do 270 hockey cards, and I'm going to circle 9 boxes. Okay. I'm going to underline my question. How many cards should he place in each box? Okay. Now I'm going to box in my keywords. So I have each, same number, how many cards, each again. Okay. Now before we used to say, okay, if it says the word each, we're going to multiply. But now we're going into division. So there's a technique that we're going to use to understand, okay, are we going to multiply or are we going to divide? And that technique is our get. Okay. So maybe you learned this in 3rd grade. Our get is we have our groups, we have our each, and we have the total. Okay. So we have multiple equations here. If you know your groups, if you know your each, but you do not know the total, you're going to multiply. If you know the each and you know the groups again, and you don't know the total, you're going to multiply. But when it comes to division, if you know the total, you know the each, then you're going to divide to get your groups. Again, if you know your total and you know your groups, you're going to divide to get to your each. Okay? So I need to figure out exactly what I have right now. So I'm going to put my get on the side. And I'm going to start seeing if I can find them. Okay? So I'm going to read the problem again. Jose has 270 hockey cards. That right there, 270 hockey cards, that is my total. That's telling me how many he has. Okay. And really quick before I forget, it's the question's asking how many cards should he place in each box. We are going to rewrite that. And we're looking for a number of cards in each box. And I'm going to underline this each because that's very important. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my get. So I know my total. I'm going to read again. Jose has 270 hockey cards to arrange in 9 boxes. Each box is to hold the same number of cards. How many cards should he place in each box? Okay, if you look at my question here, I'm looking for number of cards in each box. So that means that I do not know my each. So I'm going to put a question mark here, and that means that 9 boxes must be my groups. Okay. And another way to do this is you can do a strip diagram. Okay. When I do my strip diagram, my total is always on the top. So I know my total is 270 cards. I know that my groups are 9 boxes, so I can just draw 9 boxes. I can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and they're like uneven, but it's okay. My 9 boxes, and again, I don't know my each. So that means in these boxes, it would be a question mark. Okay, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what goes in those boxes. Okay, so I'm basically just making this into a strip diagram just so you can better understand why we're doing it this way. So then let's look at my get. And let's go back to it. I know my groups. Okay, so which one says I know their groups? Okay, I have it here, here, here. Okay, I know my total. So which one says they know their total? It'd be this one, total and groups. And I'm looking for my each. This one is looking for their each. So I'm going to be doing this one on the bottom. And it tells me right here that I'm going to be dividing. So I'm going to do 270 divided by 9. Okay, this is where we're going to use mental math. If you notice, I have an egg. Okay, so just like multiplication, I'm going to get that egg and I'm going to drag it over here, drop it off, cross it out. So now I'm left with 27 divided by 9. Okay, this is where your prior knowledge comes into play. This is where you have to know your basic multiples. So I need to figure out, okay, what times 9 will give me 27? Okay, if you don't know, we can look at our multiplication chart. We can go into the 9s and we can see, okay, where will I find 27? It's right here. If I go up, I get 3. So I know that 9 times 3 gives me 27. So I'm going to take that 3 and I'm going to put it up here next to its 0, next to its friend, and that is my answer, 30. So on the side, I can say, Jose can place 30 cards in each box. Okay, that is my answer, 30. Okay, so when we do division, it's very important. Use your get technique. That will definitely help you to decide if you're going to divide or if you're going to multiply.